Hello everyone, welcome to React.js video tutorial. I'm Akash from DevsEnv. In this crash course, I will show all the concepts or basic concepts of React.js, and finally we will do 3 projects using our concepts. 2 will be the demo projects and 1 will be a very useful portfolio project. So let's start. Okay, so what our prerequisite to start our React project? So first we will set up Visual Studio Code editor with better code snippet. So go to this article and you will show how we can set up our Visual Studio Code editor to code very fast. I'm giving all the links here so you can download Visual Studio Code. Whoever doesn't use VS Code yet, I'll recommend VS Code for faster and better development in React.js. So just download this VS Code, and additionally VS Code is not all. We have to install some extra extensions in there. Like very important extensions are Prettier, VS Code, Studio IntelliCode, simple React snippets, which is very important for our React projects. And ES6 7, you can get the link here. And Babel, auto renaming tag to rename the tag automatically, VS Code icons, and Git lens for Git commit and other supports. And if you go to VS Code, you will see there is some tabs, and here is the extensions tabs. This tab you will get installed and recommended on some other stuffs, and you can search like I need a React snippet. So just search it and you will get a suggestion and just install it. So okay, so I have already installed it, that's why it's installed, and I can install so many other stuffs. And I have installed this simple React snippets, and it's very awesome, and we'll that you see when you have started our work. So that's it. Next, I'm assuming you have a very basic JavaScript knowledge, and you can learn that from going to W3 schools. And finally, and you have this last more prerequisite, ES6 basic ES6 knowledge. And what most important ES6 knowledge you need, and I have in this blog I have write some articles. I think if you just read this article, you will get a proper instructions or proper demonstrations what they are. So I think you should cover that up. So next, what is React and what it does? Actually, I'm not focusing all the theories. I think whoever come here, you know what is React and what it's done. So I'm just give this a throw. We know React is a UI library, and Facebook made it, and actually it's used by millions of dev and millions of websites and so on. It's responsible to make dynamic page, and it actually make front end awesome, super awesome. So let's start our project. So first we need to set up React. To set up, first we need to set up the Node.js, and you go into Node.js, you just install it, and after installing Node.js, you will go will use create React app crash setup for installing React.js to our project. So go to this link, and here you will find this npx react create app. So create React app, it will create a React app scaffolding, and we'll give them then our app name, my app will our app name. So just copy it and we'll paste it here. I'm giving it name as React tutorial, and you could give as your project name, so that's not a matter. That's it. Hit enter. So then you will see need to install the following packages. Create React app. Okay, no problem. Why? So it will generate some create React app for ourselves. So it's creating a React app in this React project. Inside this there is another folder. I have put this folder in our desktop. So this is React project, and inside that there is a new folder created called React tutorial. So it will install the additional packages like React, it's additional libraries like React, React DOM, and React scripts for all of the setups, Webpack setups. So it's continuing. Let's it be happen. And so let's see. So already a project is created and it's also working, adding some additional packages. So if we go to package.json, we'll see there's some dependencies installed. And these are installed for as if we are using the create react app CRA command. That's for it. So our project already installed. So we suggest that you begin by typing cd react tutorial. So we are in this folder, so we have to go the root react tutorial. So that's it. So cd react tutorial, go there, and then we'll hit yarn start or npm start. So I'm giving npm start, or I can give also yarn start as I have installed the yarn. So npm start, what it will do, so it will actually comes to this script and it runs in React scripts. So it will start actually in backend it will use nodemon, and it will watch our every changes what we have added here. So by default it will start the app on the local host /3000, and you can also see it in your local network, this port. So that's it, it started. So it started with a basic React project. So there is a suggestion here where we can edit source/app.js and to save reload. That's it. Okay. So let's change something here and see the effect here. So in source, there is two JS files called index.js and app.js. So it first comes to index.js, and in index.js we have a component app. It will render in our React DOM. So whoever has a little concept of React virtual DOM, you can learn that on that article I have mentioned previously. Okay, so go to the app.js, and here we can see there is a component, and it's actually a functional component. We also learn that next. Just wait for that, and I'm just changing to an h2 element. Welcome to React. So just save it and it will impact here instantly. Let's see, it's compiling and it's compiled and it's come here, and something it's unused, so we can just delete it, save. So there will no a warning will show here. It's awesome, right? So we have changed our React component file and we're seeing it's added instantly. So that's good. So next, so we have I'm going to the main point so quickly so that I can cover all of the stuffs described here. I will cover all of the basic stuffs of React. So I think I'll focus our main part. So what is component in React? React is fully based on component. So if we do a project in React, we'll make many components and like smaller parts of code which is responsible for something, and we can call it also a minimal part of UI. That means, look, this website, we can make a component for this logo, for this icon, for this nav link, and for this drop down also. We can make many components as we need, and also we can make everything in one component also. That is also possible, but it actually depends on our project, how our project structured. Okay, so one myth some people have about React. That's it. That's React. Someone might think the React is a framework, but it's not actually true. React is just a library. It's an UI library, and which actually handle the view part. So if you go to the package.json, you will see that. Look, so there is in the dependency. Look, this is React. The React is just this. This is only the React, and some additional stuffs added like React DOM for virtual DOM and some testing libraries. It's added by our create React chapter and React script for this script running. So that's it. That is the basic pre-concept. So what used in React? We know React. We can use JavaScript in React. And an extra JSX element is used in React. I think you don't know about JSX, and you will learn it when we start coding in JSX. JSX means JavaScript XML. It means we can write HTML in JavaScript. That is JSX, and it's first invented by React actually. So the JSX is only used in React actually. So we can also other stuffs, but we'll use this, and we can also TypeScript in our project. But for this tutorial, I think JSX is enough. So that's it. So how many components in React? So we have talked about component, which is a minimal part of UI. And so how many components in React? React has two types of component actually. One is class-based component, one is functional component. So what is class-based component and what is functional component? So in previously, when first React invented, it's made by a class-based component, and then gradually it added functional component. And actually we work in latest React, and you can see the latest React version is 17.0.2. I'm working in this version. If you work some years after this tutorial, you could see React version updates. But major things I think will be the same. Okay, so we'll see class-based component and functional component. So let's start this. So now we'll we'll check this. This is a React component, and this is actually React component, which is called app, and this is a functional component. Look, so this is just a JavaScript function, right? And we have just exported it as default. This is just a JavaScript function, right? In here, this is the JSX of our React, right? We can write JSX, write HTML in JavaScript. That's the JSX. We can do not only just the HTML. We can do some queries like const age equal to 20, and we can also print this const easily, like age. Save it, and wow, so we can do that. Actually we can do programming here too in JSX. So that's it. So let's start with class-based component first, as we should learn that definitely. So in our source folder, we'll call the folder, new folder, we'll call it components, and in here we'll create our class component. I'm making this hello class.js. So I'm adding class this just for remembering. So hello class.js, and first letter will be capital, and every first letter of a word will be capital. This will be the naming convention. So first we'll import React from React package, and I'll create a class, and we'll give it a name, hello class. Standard would be use this name, but we can use any name as, and it will extend react.component. So it will extend this class, react.component class. So this is, and we can export default this hello class. That's it. And now one mandatory function is needs to be here, that is render. Okay, so render is a mandatory function in class-based component. So inside render we should return something. We should return an JSX element, right? So like we should return, we could return a div welcome. Okay, I'll just giving the text welcome. So that's it, save it, and we have created a class-based component. That's super simple. So next we have to add this in app.js. So just to use component in React, we can add this class, and it will, in VS Code it will give you auto suggestion. On click this, it will import automatically here. Look at this. So yes, that's it. So it is imported automatically from components folder and then hello class. So that's it, and we'll closing it like that. So hello class, we have added a class-based component. Let's save and check. It will arrive here. That's awesome. Great. So we have created a class-based component in React. Welcome to class-based component. So that's it. Let's save and check. Yes, welcome to class-based component. So it's a class-based component of React, and this is a single line, but if it has multiple line, you will give first bracket and we'll divide it in multiple line also very easily. So like we'll just add p and edit the text, and we can add an HR or whatever we want. Save. Yeah, and that's added an HR. So we can add an HR also here to take the changes. Okay, so welcome to class-based component. That's it. This is the system how we can create a component using class-based. Okay, so then we'll show how to create same component using functional component. Okay, so let's start. Let's create that new file. We can call it hello-func.js. So that's it. And same here, we have to import React from React. Then, and one more thing I have missed, we can use this like that. So we don't need to write this React dot. So it will be used from here. So save, and it will actually the same as previous. So we'll create a functional component. Functional component is very simple, just function and the function name hello func. And in hello func, actually we have seen previously, it will just return something. We can return anything. We can return a JSX element, we can return a string, or whatever we can return. We can return an integer. So hello from functional component. So, and definitely we have to export default. We can also use it here, export default function hello func. Save, and definitely you know that we have to use it here to see if it's working or not. Hello func, enter, and you will see it will auto import it. So save, and let's see. Yes, that's great. Hello from functional component. Wow. So we have created a functional component called hello func. So its logic is same as previous. Like if we add one to multiple lines, like this JSX and another p called another paragraph. Save, and it will add another paragraph. That's it. So if we want to multiple line, we'll just give the first braces. So that's it. And if you want, like, you don't do this like that, and then you can call it separately. Export default hello func. So this is a system to create a functional component in React. So let's try now a very simple approach. So what I have to done with the snippets. Let's trace. First I'm writing IMR, then enter. It will create React. That's look, and then SFC state. It will create a stateless functional component, SFC. So enter. It will give me the waiting for me to enter the name, function name. So it would be hello func, and then tab. It will accept the props. I'll talk about the props, and then return. Will just return something, div. So welcome to functional. FN, or that's it. Save. Yeah, it's all actually same. Look at this. We can write this function in very some commas. I've actually write this. These are the by auto generator. Okay, same for this. And what is the command? Command it is, this is IMR and this is SFC. These are the command, and these are the IMR command to generate this. And same for class based component, like just comment out this and IMR will import React, and sorry, this is not SF, this is CC. This CC means class based component, right? So enter it. So let's check class. It's waiting for class name, so it would be hello class. That's awesome. And that is also state. I'll talk about the later. So and we can write here anything, class. So that's it. Save it, and it will error like component not found. Definitely we have to add it here. Save it. So that's awesome. So we have added class based component, and we have added functional component, and we have used the command, like this is cc command cmd. Okay, that's it. So great. And one more important things, and I'm giving you the concept of class based, but I'll in our full tutorial we'll work with functional component. So it is the standard for now. React actually use in all of its components. It's now use the functional component, and there are so many benefits. We'll talk about it another session. Okay, that's it. We have learned about the basics. Next, we'll change our component data. We'll work with the data. Currently we don't work any data yet, so we'll now work with data. Like we'll use data, and in class based component we will learn about component did mount. I am talking about the very basic one. That is also so many things. So let's check in hello class. So in hello class, I need we can call a button called age equal to 20. And look, we cannot use variable like in class based component here. To use any local variable in class based component, we can do that in state. That means to store any variable in our JavaScript, we can use state, these dot state. Okay, these dot state equal to we can use void. And actually we cannot use these dot state. It would be only state. It would be the local state, and it's an object, and we can write any types of data here. Like I'm storing age equal to like 25, and I'm displaying it here, age equal age. So to print something in React JSX, just second curly braces and then the variable, not like this. We cannot access this age like this. So we are in a class, so in class we can access something called this, the instance of a class using in here, and then there is a state object in this class, this dot state dot age. That is auto suggestion also. That's it. Save it, and wow, age is 25. That's awesome. So here is a local variable, and we have used it here. That's awesome. And next I'll add another name. Name equal, I'm giving my name Akash, and let's check. So the name, save. Nope, it's not added. This dot state dot name. Save it. So yeah, this we can grab this name. So in class based component we can create a variable, any types of data in the state, and then we can access that from JSX element inside our return function. And we can also add some object here, like address. Address would be city would be Dhaka, and location like taga1212. So this is an address object, and in here we have a simple object. So let's access this. So, and inside of address I'm actually grab the datas like city. So how we can access this? We can access this dot state dot, let's get the auto suggestion, address dot also this suggestion. That's awesome. That is the VS code. It's so beautiful. So next I'm giving a break tag and clone this and just location. So location would be this this dot state dot address dot location. That's it. So save it. So wow, that is, we can use the object also. Okay, so it's simple. We can use integer, string, object, anything. We can use also array. I'll show this later. So this is a system we can we can get data from local state in class-based component from the state. Okay, that's it. And next we'll show you in how we can change data in functional component. Actually, we'll learn some hooks in functional component. In functional component, there is some concept about hooks. So we have to learn some of the basic hooks of React. So what is hooks in React? So before starting that, we have to learn one more thing. So in class base there is a React. In React it actually follows a life cycle. It follows some life cycle functions or features, we can call that. That means, so let's component did mount, it's cdm enter and it's created. So component did mount and its command is cdm command. Okay, so and let's say alert hello from component did mount cdm, save. Wow, it's hello from cdm. So okay, that's it. This component did mount. And one more thing, we have to learn how this works. So let's check. Let's add a console log. It's cdm component did mount and all console. One more thing here also, it's render. So and inspect, save it. Let's see the console log. Okay, so look at this. It first come to render and then it come to cdm. Okay, so look at this. In React class-based component, there is a life cycle. I'm talking with you the basic life cycle. So which is actually most used life cycle in the class-based component. So first, in any class, it will add actually constructor, and we don't use any constructor. So it first add there in constructor, and then it comes to render. Look at this. It's come render function. Okay, so it comes to render, then it comes to cdm, and if any changes added here, then it will come again render, and it will, if anything's happen here, it will come again come cdm, and it's traverse like that. It's circle like that. And there is also some other life cycle, but I'm not focusing all. I think this is the basic, so you can grab the concepts and you can learn that later. Okay, so we have learned that in React, class-based component has a very basic life cycle. It first enter into the constructor. I'm not adding that constructor. Then it's come to render. Then it's come to component did mount. Again, if something change here, it will come again here and it will go here. So it's like that. So okay, so just a basic check, like I'm commenting this. I want to change this age. Okay, so let's check. So it is this. So first these dot set state. Okay, so in class-based component, to change the state we have to use set state. That means we are going to setting the state, that's it. And then it's an object, so we have to use this like this state, and we can update any of its data. Like it's an object, inside object we can update any of its data. Like we want to update its 30. Save, and let's save it and look at this. Look, first it come render, then it's come component did mount, and we have then updated the state, and then it's come to render function. That's it. And then finally look at this, it's updated to 30, and I think it's not visible. First it is 25, then it is 30, but it's not visible. It's super fast, you can see that. Okay, so I think it's clear the lifecycle methods of class-based component of React. I think it's clear, right? Okay, so let's come to functional component, and this is the end of the tutorial of class-based component. We'll talk about everything now in functional component. Okay, so let's learn. Okay, so now we'll talk about the hooks in React. What is hook? So in our tutorial, in our class-based system, we can check that to change any state data, we can use this. We can hook this data to our view or JSX, right? We can store our data in this state and access this data from here, and we can also change something from here. And actually in component did mount, we can call also the APIs, or we can call the server APIs here. We can call the server APIs here, right? Or I think you can call axios.get some data or something like that, but we will not doing right now here. Okay, we can call it from component. So that means to store data we can use state, and to grab or calculate something we use component did mount. So how we can do this in function? We can do that inside we can create a function or inside this or something like that. So to do that, that's coming the hooks. So it will hook something to our JSX, which give us the feature to hook something into the state. Okay, and we can access the lifecycle features of class-based component. Lifecycle features of class-based component we can access using the hooks. So we'll talk about the very basic hooks of functional component called useState and useEffect. So let's talk about this. So this is a functional component. So we'll use one hook, useState. useState is one of the hook. So useState, let's like we want to store like 10, useState 10. So that's it. So what is useState is not defined. Definitely we have to import it. It's here. Save. Okay, so that's it. So if you have already installed the React component extension, so save here, it should reload and it should fix, or we have already imported, so there is no error. Okay, so if you have already installed an extension called React Developer Tools, if you install React Developer Tool extension, you will see there is a component, and you can see the component structure here. Look at this. This is our hello func component, and look, here is a hook called state, and there is some value, right? In useState there is a value 10, and go to class base. Look, there is also a state. There is age 30, name Akash, and address is an object. That's awesome. Okay, and there is more things here, like There's a prop state and rendered by something like that. And in functional component there is nothing, everything inside in this hook. So we have created a hook use state which stored data inside here, and that can do also anything, like it can store integer, it can store a string, and reload and check. Yeah, you can store string also. That's it. Okay, but what is the standard approach to use this? Okay, let's talk about this. So first, like we will call name, and then first we will call the variable, how we call it here, then how we can update it. We also define the update function. Our update function will be set name. That means first name would be Akash, and if we call the set name function, after calling the set name function and passing to a value to it, we can change this. Okay, so you check, access it in our component, like name, so it would be name, and look at this, it is so simple and so elegant than class-based component. Look, so this is name Akash, and make an HR tag so that we can see the differences. Okay, so look, there is Akash, and look at this is so neat and clean, right? So we don't have to write these dot state dot blah blah blah. That's so big, and this is so simple. This is like a normal variable. Okay, so that's it. And we have seen that in class base we can update our state using this dot state set state using this. But how we can do that in functional component? Okay, so let's do some button like. And we can add another variable called age, then set age. And what is system? How is this convention? First would be set, then would be variable, and first letter would be uppercase, like set age. And look at this, set name, and is uppercase, and age could be a string, and it could be 26. Okay, so age. So then we can add a var tag and show the age would be age. Look at this in functional component. I think it's awesome, right? It looks beautiful. That's why it comes. No, actually not only for beautiful, it has so many benefits also. We can see that later. So that's it. So look at this, how is changed here, and how is accessed here. So beautiful. Okay, so now we want to change our age. So how we can do that? So let's create a button, and in a button, like all calling change age, and in button we know there is an on click, and actual on click is not small letter click. We don't forget this. It would be capital letter on click. It's a JSX attribute. You can see that. So on click we'll call a function. We call a function, or what would be our function? Like we can call a function, like you can call an ES6 function. I think you should learn about the very basic ES6 arrow function. So I am creating a UC array function like change our name. Okay, these it would be just set age, would be like we can want to make it 30, and in here I'm just using this change out name. Why? Okay, no problem. Click on that. Wow, it's changed. Look at here. Reload it. Hello func, it's 26. Look at this, it's 26, and if we just change it, it's 30, and it's instantly here on 30. That's awesome. So we can change our variable like that, but we don't want like that, right? We actually what it's we can make it very easily in functional component. It's very simple. So we'll create a function here, and then call the set age and give the age like I'm giving it 30. Save. So it will reload. So click on this, change. Wow, it's awesome. So we don't have to write any more functions here. So in here, if we want to same button click, we have to add another function, then we can do that. But in functional component, we can change any variable using these basic features of useState hook. That's awesome. That's a very useful hook in React. So that's it. So what's the next? So, and you should learn the more components, more about this. Use memo, use context, use reducer, use callback. About these are also very most important. I can also talk about this later in any, if you request me to any of this tutorial, I can talk about that. Okay, so next, component to component communication in React. It's very important. So we have to learn about some concept right now. Okay, to show component to component communication, I am just deleting the functional component, a class-based component, sorry. So actually we will show everything using functional component from right now. Okay, and in app.js we have to delete this hello class, hello func. Okay, save it, and it's working. Okay, so now we want to send some data from this app this is also a component, right? In index.js we have used this component. Look at this. And in app component we have called another component hello func, and we want send some data to hello func. Okay, so how we can do that? It's very simple in React. So that's it. Like in hello func, actually I want to send the name from the parent component. We can call it the parent. App is parent component and hello func is child component. Okay, so that's it. And we can also give it a name child component. That would be better for our naming issue. Child component, and definitely we have to import it. Hello. Okay, save. It will be auto imported. Save. Okay, that's what. So this is app is parent component, and we have we will use this set. This will come from there, right? We will manage these states from the app component. So we'll define it here. And what we have to do, we have to pass this name to there, and we have to access. So how we can do that? That is also very simple. So we have to pass this. So like we can create a I'm talking you now a new concept called props. We can pass something to another component using props. Okay, so how we can use that? So first I'm calling this a name, and then I'm sending its data or value. I'm creating a props called named and sending it data. Name is, this is the value, and where come it? It's come from this. So this is the name. I have in child component I have passed the props called name as, and this is the value, or actually this could be another name, like another name, and set another name. It could be anything like that, and then I have to just call it here another name. This is symbol. Okay, so and user stage is not defined, that's obvious. So import it. So actually I have to import it like that. Import React and then user state from React. Or actually I can write IMR command to do that. Okay, so this is our child component. So go to this child component, and here user state is not defined. Save. And use of online 15. What is this? Oh, set its name. This name is not defined, right? It's awesome. Good. Okay, no problem. For now I'm just commenting it out. We can also use this commenting in JSX. Okay, so we can get the data from parent, and in every function or every component of React has accept a props in here. Oh, look at this. So let's just, or before doing that, I'm giving you this place. Look at this, click app. Look, there is no props here, but in child component there is a props called name. Awesome. So that's it. So we can now use this. So we have a props dot, we can, I think you know that to access that we can do that, use like props dot name. That's it. So like we're showing this using props, console log this, and let's check in console. So wow, there is a props. So look, there is a props, there is an object called name. So to access name, how you can do that? Props.name. It's simple. Save, and you will, yes, this props.name is Akash. That's awesome. We have get the parent component data in child component. It's awesome, right? This is this is parent component, this another name or whatever the value is, and we have sent it to our child component, and we can access this using props dot that props name, whatever passed in here. Like this is the props name, and we can access it like that. Okay, that's awesome. So how we can display it here? We can call it like props.name. This is super simple. So just commenting out, save it. Let's check. Wow, it's name Akash. That's awesome. So now let's change it to Monira Jaman Akash. It's my full name. So save it, and wow, it's come from parent component, right? Okay, so next thing, we so for now we can pass from parent to child component, and I'm also teaching you one more great approach to use this. Actually this is just one component, but we can pass many more datas. Okay, so like we can use a state. So I can set our like address, set address, and address would be an object would be city Dhaka. Okay, so city Dhaka, area Dhaka. Okay, so that would be, so I'm also want to pass this. So address equal to address. So this is the name and this is the value. You see that we can make it another variable, whatever we want, no problem. Okay, so we have passed also the address. So how we can access here? So address, what's happening? Okay, so address. So how we can do that? Like we can add that props dot address dot an address. So we have passed city. Reload, save, and wow, we can access that's object data also, right? It's good, right? Okay, next we want to pass the call the area. Look, it's worked perfectly. Okay, so we can access data, but look at this, these are redundant, these are redundant, right? So we want to emit this system. So let's embrace the beautiful destructuring system of ES6. This is not feature of React, this is the feature of ES6. So what is the feature? Like we can call a name and we can call a props. That means this name, now we can call this not props dot, we can call it directly name. That's save, and it's exactly same as previous. That's awesome, super awesome, right? We can destructure it like that. So one more thing, so now I think you know that we can destructure also address, right? And don't need to write props dot address, we can call it like this. Even you can't, I am adding one more thing so that it could be a little different. So child component, and I also destructure again this address, like, so this would be address, and we can call like city and area. So I can first I destructured the props address, then I destructured the addresses object values. This is super awesome. So delete it, save, and it's actually the same. There is nothing here. So that's awesome. So we have passed data from parent component to child component, right? So next we'll pass data from child component to parent component. That means we have the age, we have the name, right? Name and address, right? So we want to change the name from here. Like, let's create a button here. I'm copying this and paste it here. I'm creating is change name, save. Okay, so there is a button called change name, and actually this name comes from parent component. So look at this, we can change if we can change it or not. Like, can we call that set another name? Can we call it? No, there is no way to call this function here. There is no way. But I think we should follow the standard one. Like, name is standard, so I'm just giving it the standard name, set name, and it would be the name. Okay, so we can you call this set name function from here? I think you know that this is impossible, right? This is not belongs to this child, so this set name is not defined. Save it and it will throw an error. So set name is not defined, right? So we cannot do that. So how we can do that then? So let's learn this now. This is actually a complex part. I am also giving you this brief because it's important for starting, and I have seen some for when I have learned this as a beginner developer, I have faced some problems for these component communication. So that's why I am adding it in the crash course also. So I want to change the name from there. Okay, so let's do that. So I am adding these props, this set name as a props, like this set name. Okay, so how actually how it's called, like we'll call this set name from there. Like, look at this, how we can do that. Like, we can destructure this set name, like, right, like props.set name, right? Save. So wow, it's set, it's error gone. That means this set name is now available here. So let's check what is happened. What's the error it show? Change name. Wow, it's working. It's awesome. That means we can pass the, we can like I can access this, like delete it from here first. So const set name equal to props dot set name, right? This comes from here, this comes from here, and whatever it does, it will do that part. It is also it's a function. This set name is not actually a variable, it's a function. It's the reference of this function is stored here. Whatever this does the same. So that's it. I can call that like that. So like I'm giving a valid name like Akash. So I can use this structure, just delete it and add it here. These are the same, this and these are the same, but I think this structure is better. I think you like it, definitely. So reload it and check. So change name. Wow, this Akash, awesome. So we can set data from child and pass it to parent, right? This is updated. Okay, so one more thing, this is used if we use state, we can change like that, but sometimes we have to call another function like const another func. Okay, this is another func, and it's if it's accepted value, and how we do that using like that. So it's in first parameter could be a value, then we can use it like that. It's like another func, then we can pass this value to there. So const another func equal to, it's an ES6 function, and in here actually I'm calling this set name or whatever I can do. So in here set name would be well. I can call that directly from here or using it via another class. I'm giving you the way. So that's it. In save it will exactly do the same. So change name. Wow, that's Akash. So but currently we have used a variable like val, variable like props. Okay, so that's it. That's great. So we have learned component to component communication, parent component to child component, and child component to parent component. And this is very important. I think you should do this twice or so many examples. Like you could pass at set address and change this like that. Okay. Okay, next we'll show how to use styling in React.js, or we can use in our internal style sheet or external style sheet in React.js. Let's see it. Okay, so problem. So now we want in our internal styling, like in source, we can create a folder like assets, and inside this we can create a file style.css, and inside this, like we want to this add a style sheet for name. We can create a class name and color would be red. That's it. That's very simple class. And how we can use this, we can import this. Look at this, we have import another. It is by default by create react app, but we can import our style dot slash backslash, and look at this inside source. No problem, I will just read the first, and assets slash style.css. Okay, so save it, and inside this style.css we will create a class called name. So give this child component, and give this a span, cut it here inside span. Okay, so then we can give it a name. And how we can add the class name in React? It would be class name, not class, because class is a built-in property for React, so we cannot call like class. It will not actually, it will give you an warning. So we should call this class name. Class would be now class name in React. So it is name. Save it. Wow, look at this. It's updated. And one more important thing, I have added on parent component. If you added something on parent component and call the child, the child will be automatically added this style. So that would be no problem. And also we can give this a class name equal to name. Save it. And this hello from welcome to React.js has changed. It's also got this class, right? This is this basic way to use class. And one more important way, like we can create a style also here called what we can do, can add it in style. I think this is a good place, like const button style. I'm calling an object button style, and I can add the CSS like background color, and could be red. And look, how we can add CSS in JavaScript? That's the same approach. Background color red, color would be the white, and padding could be 10. And definitely look at this, I cannot write 10px like that. If I have to write, I have to give this. Okay, or I can just give this, and it would automatically 10 pixel. So this is button right, and I am adding one more style called border radius in its camel case, border radius 10. So okay, so we don't have to, so this is a button style. So how we can use this here? So I can use this inside the button. Okay, so this is a button, so I can use inline style equal to button style. Save. Whoa, we have give this button, and but this is very bad. So just border none, sorry. And it's not work because it would be inside in string. So border none or border none is working, right? So we have changed the it's called like inline CSS, something like that. Sorry, reload it, it will go through. So and you and it's like style, you can also use same style there. Save it, it will add here. Okay, that's good, right? And these are working also, no problem. And next look at this, inspect this, and you will see that, look at this, there is a, this is element dot style, it's inline style, but click on this span name, this is this is actually global style. If we add something using this would be the global style. But what if we want something like a modular way? We can do that also, like child component dot module dot css. Okay, so and then like we'll call name to color black, font size 30px, and it's normal CSS. Okay, and inside here child component, or we can also call that on parent component also, no problem. And from here you can also call it, but I am using this here, so I'm using like that. So it would be import all as styles from look, this is an issue. It would be import styles, and then to give our name, like we'll add class name, but not this direct name. We'll add like styles dot name to. As you know, I have added in the module, I have added name to. So save it, and wow, it's great. And one more the magic, look at this, inspect. Look, this is auto generated, right? So there will be no conflict in our entire code base. If we use this class name to, there will be no conflict in our entire code base, because this will add an additional string in compile time. Okay, so this is the way we can use styles from in React. So one more thing, I am adding Bootstrap. Okay, so add this npm my bootstrap CSS. So npm my bootstrap, so it will add the bootstrap CSS in our package.json here. So we have added bootstrap, and it's by version is 5.1.0. that's it. So great. So next, how we can use this in our project. So, and like it's bootstrap, right? So in source we can add that this also could in index.js also, or app.js, whatever we need. Like I am adding it index.js, import /node modules / or I can add it like this way, bootstrap directly, add like that, or simple this way, this /css / bootstrap dot main dot css. Save it, save, reload it. Okay, I think you just see that its design changed little bit. Okay, so I'm adding a card, bootstrap card, test purpose, if it's worked or not. like I'm adding this address to a card, this address to a card called this div jet div, and edit a Bootstrap class name card, and sorry, it's misspelled, card body p4, save. So yeah, this is the a card added, and also we can call m5 margin 5, and that will be a margin. Okay, so this is a Bootstrap card, right? That's awesome. So we have added custom CSS from Bootstrap also. We can add everything from Bootstrap CSS here. Okay, so that's done. What next? Next is conditional rendering in React. That is very important. Conditional rendering. Okay, so let's do that. A conditional rendering in child component. Okay, so well, now like I'll add, if age is greater than 25, it will be less than 18, it will be child, and greater than 18 to 25, it will be young, and 25 to 40, it will be mid age. Okay, so that's it. So if age is greater than 25, it greater than 0, greater than or equal 0, and then age is less than or equal 18, then what will happen? And div like you are a child. Okay, save it. Let's check. So reload. So it's nothing happened here. Why? Because our age is 26. Let's put it 15. Save. Okay, you are a child. That's it. So what a class name. A lot time. Okay. Okay, you are a child. Okay, so and look at this. We can add same condition inside if. We can add it here, and after that we can double ampersand and write our HTML. If this condition met, then come here. Okay, and we can also do this or that. Like if we can use this ternary operator. If this condition met, then come here, else we can add another block. Okay, no, you are not child. Okay, save it and look. So if we give this as 30 or whatever, so it will come, you are not child. You are not child. That's great, right? So we can add conditional normal if condition and also a ternary condition like that, right? So it's important that if we use this like this, then after that there would be a single element, not multiple. Like we cannot do that. Like we can't add another div. It's not possible. We can add like this. We can add this. This is possible. That means in React you must have to be everything in one fragment, or if you think that this fragment is not necessary, then you can just use this. Okay, this is also the same. That's it. So if age is less than 18, then this, and we can just manually call this and this everything. Age is greater than 18 to age is less than or equal to 25, you are young. And next, age is greater than 25 to 40, you are mid age. Save. So however, what's it? So let's put it 35, so it would be your mid age. Okay, your mid age, that's perfect. So our if conditional logic is working, right? That's great. So this is how conditional renderings works in React. Next, loop through data in React. So let's start that. Loop through data in React. So for loop through, I'll add another class, new file, tasklist.js, and we can also call create it like JSX. We can also do that. Okay, so I'm making a component IMR and then SFC, enter, and then task list, and then and tab, enter, and inside the div I'm adding the task. So I'm adding const task equal we can add an object like ID 1 on title would be first task. So and then and we can edit its status done, and just return duplicate this. One is done and one is pending. So and it should be true, and task, this is task. And how we use this? Okay, so use this, how we can use this here. This is very simple, using map, using map function of JavaScript. So okay, so first second curly braces, task.map, and this is actually the old feature of JavaScript map. And inside the map there would be first element would be the item or single item, or we can call it the task, single task, and then there would be index, and then we can give first braces or second braces. If we want print, then we should use first braces, like we should print something inside this div. So here we can add a div. Okay, so we can add a div, like can make it as a class name card body m2. Okay, so then we'll just show the task dot, this is a task object. This object means this is the object object. Look, you can see this data also here, task dot, it will give auto suggestion also, task dot title. Save it. But we don't use this, import it in our app.js. Let's import it. So just unimport it and import it here. Import, it is imported in top here. Save as, save, and wow, so this is our task. First actually both are same task. I have not updated it. Second task, and I'm also add another called third task, and it would be done. Okay, so there is first task, second task, third task, and based on our status, I'm adding another class, like so. Based on our status, I'm adding this concat this class. How can we do that? In previous we have show the condition, like I'm using backtick and using this to do something, like if our title.status equal done, title.status equal done, then we'll add bg success. This is a normal class. Else I'm using ternary operator, else bg warning. Save it. Title is not working, sorry. It would be task.status, right? Not title.status. Wow, it's great. So that means which tasks are done, it's green, and which tasks are not done, it's white. And reference error, title is not defined. And next I can add text white here. Okay, So that's good. So we can use the map here. But what if we just don't want to do that, don't want to print something, we want any just conditional logic, then we can use second curly braces. That's simple. Okay, that's it. So we have learned conditional rendering, we have learned loop in React. That's it. Okay, next we'll do input handling in React. Let's do that. Okay, so we have some tasks here. We'll add input handling, like I'm adding const title, set title, use state, and use state would be empty. So I'm creating a simple variable title, and which is an empty variable. Okay, so in here there would be an input. So input would be placeholder equal to please enter type task. So save. So use state is not defined. Let's import it in top. Save. Okay, so there is an input, but placeholder is not. Oh, it's misspelled. Placeholder. Save. Okay, please enter a task. Okay, that's it. Please enter a task, and I'm creating a button. Button would be plus icon, and I'm adding a simple class btn success. Okay. Okay, that's a simple class. Okay, so whenever someone add plus, this task should be detected, or first we'll get this in content. Okay, so whenever someone on click this, so I'm creating a function called change title, or we can do it like add task, right? This is great. So if someone click add task, okay, so on click, so I'll call add task. Okay, so and inside add task, just console log something. Save, and if hit on this, okay, so there's something. Okay, so it's working. So if someone click this, it's working. So but look at this, we have to manage this data, this state data here, something like in here we have to manage this state data, and is managed. Look at this, this is not managed, right? This is not what updating. In previously we looked that it's updating to this. So how we can do that? So it's very simple, like on change, we have on change or on input, we can add this function on change. There will be a function, and function would accept an event actually, and how we can get the value from an event, e.target.value. in this we can get the value. So what we have to do, we have to actually set title of this, right? We do this also previously. Set title on change, we're just going to set title this. Okay, so let's check, reload it. So just wow, look, so that is this updating, right? SDLG, and like title another task, so it's updating instantly, right? It's updating. That's great. So good. So our title is, we can access the title here, like look, check that title, save, and see the console log. Look at this, enter. Wow, something, another task. So that is task it is added. So we can just check that by deleting this something and click on it. Wow, it's another task. What we have given here, like I'm giving my name Akash and I hit enter and it's getting that. That's awesome. Okay, so now we can get get this data, right? And one more thing I'll do, like if title.length is 0 or not title.length, or that means length, if length is not greater than 0, then it will come here, or I'm making this very simple, is equal 0. If this is equal 0, then it will create an alert, please give a task title. That's it. Save, add task, reload. So add task, please give a task title, but if we give it data, it will nothing. That's it. That's great. Okay, so if someone do not give title, it will alert this, and we can also return this. Return. Oh, it will not come here. And then I'll add one more task here. So I'm using not like this. I'm using use state task set tasks, and here would be an use state an empty array, right? I will by default the task would be an empty array. This is standard. So look at this code is very neat and clean. And oh, look, when we will get the task, like if we want to get the task, we will actually in practical world we will call that from database, and we'll put that right here. Okay, so I have showed you when in our class-based component we have do that in component mount, but in function component we'll add that using use effect. Okay, this is an equivalent of use component did mount, component did update, component did unmount. Every function of class-based component combined in this use effect. So let's see a basic example of this. So this is an use effect. So in use effect, I'll grab the titles and set the task in here. Okay, so in here, if we do that, it will simultaneously run every update. Like look at this. So just no problem. Save it. Sorry, use effect. We have to define it. Use effect. Save it. Okay. Okay. So, like, look. We have doing anything. It's entered here. Like it's entering here, but it's not good, right? We're typing here, it's entering use effect. It's not good. So that means if we make there in here, there could be a additional parameter. We can pass this as empty array. If we pass this as empty array, this use effect will run only once whole the life cycle of this component. Okay, look at this. Save, clear this, reload it. It will run only once. Again, I have changed this, but this is not changing, right? This is nothing here happening. That means if we give the second parameter as empty array, this use effect will run only once in our life cycle. Okay, that's it. But if we want to change, like if someone change the title, then it will change. If we want to do that, but it's not the case, right? Then we'll pass the dependency here. If title is changed, then use effect will run, it will go through and it will execute it. Okay, let's check. So reload it and check. Changing something, it's again entering. Wow, it's perfect. So we have learned use effect using a third braces only for once, and using a dependency only change to this item, it will come here. Like if we want to change task, it will not come here. It will only come here if we just change our title. Okay, that's good. Next, but it's not the needed work. It will actually, its work actually set the tasks. Const task equal to the empty array, the array we have defined, and then we will just set tasks to these tasks, right? These tasks. Okay, save it. Wow, that's perfect. That means this is only one-time render, and one-time render will grab that from database, and next time we don't grab that. Okay, that's it. And now after that, we'll push this to these set tasks. Okay, here. Okay, so how can we do that? So first we have to make something like this. That means const task item equal to, first we'll make this simple as this. So, and I'm for now I'm giving it 4. It's static, no problem. And title is dynamic. Title could be the title, right? And status, by default status should be pending, right? So it should be pending. Okay, that's it. But if both of the variable is same, so we can just omit one. If both of the variable is same name, we can omit one. But we don't need that for now, or just delete, no problem. Okay, then we have to add this object push or unshift to here, push here. Okay, so how we can do that? So let's check it is possible or not. So if you want to task.push, look at this, if it works or not. Task.push this task item, save it. Okay, it's saved, and plus it's not working, right? So by default we directly can change this, we can directly change this. To change this we have to use this set task. We can do that in using set tasks. That means set tasks of, like I'm giving an empty array of this. Look, save. Actually I can change. Look, this is working, right? Whatever task I have given, it's updated only once. Updated task, it's updated task. It's only one task, it's overriding by. That means we can change by set tasks. We don't directly can change this. Okay, can change any state. Okay, so but we don't do that, right? What we will do, actually we'll const updated task equal to task dot slice. We'll clone the task to here, and then updated task dot push or unshift. That means we will add this in first element, in top of that, this task item, and we will add updated task to here. And definitely this is the array with updated task, not the single item. Okay, so update task. Wow, it's great. Perfect, right? It's adding. Okay, that's great. So we have added, actually it's also a mini project. That means it would be our fourth project. I have talked actually 3 projects. It would be our another project. That means we can add a task management application using this. So right, okay, so my task, and we can add this task and it will be added. But one more thing, after that we should change the title, right? That means we should set title should empty, right? Then it would be perfect. Like after adding this it would be empty. Like look at this, this, but it's not emptying. Why? Because we don't use the value here. We have to use the value title here. If we use this, then it will change or update it with the UI. Hello Akash, and it will save. Wow, it's empty. That's great, right? It's adding and emptying the box. That's great. So what we have learned, we have input handling. How we can input handling React? That's we have validated something, we have added to a list, we have checked the data, and so on. That's great. Next we'll add our another project, simple counter app in React. Okay, and one more thing I have missed, it should not be like that. Look, there is an error. To error, what's the error? Error means each child in a list should have a unique key. That means every child of this map of the in React, we must have to add this a key. Okay, what this key would be? This could be an unique element. This could be task.id. The if the ID is unique. If it's not unique, then we cannot put that. But I think you know that index is definitely be the unique one, so we can add this unique, then this error will gone. So reload and check if this error come again or not. So no, there is no error. That's great. So okay, so our next project is simple counter app. Let's do that. It's very simple. So for now we'll create a new file. It could be counter.js, or we can use JSX also, no problem. So then I'm our SFC, and it would be counter, and there would be no props, and we can add inside a p. So and okay, so here first could be 1 or 1, and second could be 2, and in the middle there could be a button. Okay, so button would be plus, or I'm not right, it would be like first could be negative, and second could be the positive or increment 1. First could be the decrement, second could be the increment, and in the middle will show the value like 1. Okay, save it, check it, and but counter is not added in anywhere, so just in app.js just add it. For the task list I'm adding the counter, importing on top, imported it, and it will come here. Okay, so it's come here. So it's not, it doesn't work anything. Actually we don't implement anything here. So this should be dynamic, right? This should be changed. So how? It's very simple. I think you should do that. You could do that. Use state it, we can make it counter, set counter, and initial state would be what? Would be 0, right? So how we can do that? And initially this would be printing the counter, and on click of this we can call it an direct function here, or directly here. We can do both of this, but for now I'm preferring a simple beautiful function, increment equal to, so set counter, what it would be, counter plus 1, that is increment, right? And we can also add another function called decrement. Decrement would be counter minus 1, and we'll also add one more logic here, no problem. So on click it will call increment, and sorry, it will be decrement, and it will be increment. Save it. Use state is not defined. Why I forgot it every time. Save it. Okay, so plus, wow, it's perfect, it's changing. What's its error? IU state is not defined, sorry, it needs to reload. Okay, so let's check. So it's updating, it's working perfectly, but what if we just give this so it would go through this? No, we don't want that. So we'll just a logic if counter is greater than or equal greater than 0, counter, if counter is greater than 0, then we just negative this, otherwise you don't. Okay, so just for now update it, and look, it's sticky on 0, right? It doesn't add something. And one more thing, if we add some space, we can use this, or we can do ampersand and MSB. We can add both. There's space. Okay, this is a very simple counter app. That's great. So I think you can now easily do this simple contact form, because we have added the input handling, and we have added a task field form. So you can definitely use this a very simple contact form as on your own. Okay, so we have come to the very end with our final project, and before that we're learning the React router. Okay, that's great. So React router, for this React router, you just write React router and get the documentation. React router. Okay, so before that I'm just cleaning my all of the stuffs to set up this React router, to do this React router. Okay, I'm cleaning all of this. Okay, so we have a very simple project now to implement this React router. So let's use this web. So actually it would not like this. We have to go this webguard npm install React router. So just copy this, npm install React router, install this React router DOM, npm install React router DOM, install this. Okay, so let's give this some time to install. Look, in package.json we have a new package is added, npm package is added, React router DOM. Okay, that's it, very good. Next, follow the processes described there. Okay, example, basic routing. This page we have 3 pages handled by the router: a home page, about page, and a user page. Okay, so let's check. So I'm copying all of the stuffs from here, React router DOM, importing React router DOM, import it here, save, nothing error. Okay, then to add our routing system to our whole project, we'll add this browser router and we'll rename it to router. Okay, so we'll just add this router to globally our here, to top of that. It's a wrapper of our whole class, wrapper of our whole content section. Okay, that's it. And for now I'm just adding a basic nav link, or just add it here. Alt Shift F to format, save. And this is a basic nav. No, we don't care about the styles. We'll just focus checking if the link is working. But check, link is not working actually. Okay, but it's look, there is something implemented, right? This is working. If I'm clicking about, it's going to about. If I'm clicking home, it's going home. It's working, but we don't show the content yet, right? We don't set up this route. Okay, and in the React router there is a link, a link link component has to minimum 2 is mandatory. We have to give this a minimum 2 props, that means to the URL of our router. So we have to set up that, right? So let's do that. So a switch loop through its children routes, that means all of the routes will put be inside this. So we can add it here, but we cannot add it outside the router. Just don't forget that this. Okay, so inside the router, definitely between this router wrapper, we can add this switch. Okay, and inside this switch we can add the single route. This router is for global wrapper, and this switch is for every single route wrapper. Okay, let's check. Like we have an about. Let's copy this. Okay, so we have a route which is actually about route, about path. There will be a component, or we can show an HTML tag also, no problem. For now, like our about page, save. So it's go to about. Wow, that's great, it's about page. So we can also give this an h2 to check the changes to bigger. So this is great, about page. So I'm just commenting this. So this is about page. It's what users, it's nothing, about page. Wow, that's great. So look, this is HTML element, right? We can call JSX here. That means we can call a component here, right? Okay, so that's great. So for now we'll add some components. New file, about.js. In here, in the document, the components are added in this function, but we'll not do that. We'll add everything in a file so that it's actually manageable. So say about, and add in a div. Inside the div, we'll create an h2 called about, and then a p tag with lorem text. Okay, so that's it. So this is our about, and just duplicate this. It would be about, and it would be home. So it would be home, and definitely this would be renamed Control D, and everything is will selected, and just update it home. And one more thing, and users, we don't need that actually. We can actually 2 routes, or I can also create actually contact route. Contact, save, and click on this and Control D and Control D, or for Mac it's due to be Command D. Okay, I'm getting it contact, and this could be contact us. Okay, so I have added 3 components, and inside here I'm going to give not directly this, I'm going to give the component, import it, and look at this, it's auto imported this about route. That's it. So very simple. So we can add as many route as we want here. So it is about, another could be contact, import it, and final could be home or root route, and it could be home. Save it, and let's change the directory, like contact us, and then it would be contact. But let's see the problems. We're in users, but users is not happening. We're in about, it's about. We're in contact us, it's contact us. But if we are going to any other route, it would show the default one, home. It's the default one, right? Because oh, what is the after and it would be the default one, but unless if we call it exact, if we use exact, it will exactly work for slash route, so it will not work for this route. Okay, it will exactly work for root route. Okay, that's great. So contact us, about, and home, it's perfectly working, and it will working also. That's great. That is a very simple React router. Okay, so we'll create this a portfolio website. So I'm giving you a demo website link. This is my portfolio website built in React and also in some extra Redux and something more stuff. But we'll create this using very simple like this. Look at this. So we have some portfolios and web design, web development, app development, something like that. And there is also about me. I'm not doing all of the stuffs, I'm giving you the basic concept so you can do all of the stuffs. And there is also extracurricular activities, there is also some blocks, and I'll add this loader and everything. There is also a contact form. Okay, so let's start one by one. So first we'll use React Bootstrap. So React Bootstrap, I'm not using only Bootstrap, I'm using React Bootstrap to our component level templating. So React Bootstrap, it's v2.0 with Bootstrap 5.5. Okay, so go to components. So there is React Bootstrap components. That's good. Okay, we'll use this to our portfolio website development. So let's start getting started. And npm install React Bootstrap 5.0.2. okay, just install this command. It will be installed, and in the meantime we'll just clear the things so that it's close others. Okay, so I think it's not necessary for now. Okay, it's installing. So in the meantime I'm going to put if my custom CSS to a style.css, if there is any custom CSS, or if in for component level CSS I'll use module CSS, modular way CSS, so that could be a duplicate issue could be resolved easily if we use component level CSS, module level CSS. Okay, so let's do that. So in app.js I'm not doing this switch in app.js. I'm adding it in separate router file so that our things can be managed easily. So I'm making it a standard project folder like that, like routes. Our routes will be at here, a new file, and I'm adding index.js routes jx, and then taking all the stuffs from here to there to here. So let's complete this. So first we'll add some routes. So okay, so routes, and for routes I am going to give, for a route could have a path. Okay, so that means this is our path, right? And this is our component, and that's it actually. So path could be slash, and we can call the component could have a component call, and I'm using exact equal to true. That means there is no URL issue would happen. Okay, so in component I am going to use new folder. So home page, home, I'm going to use home, and new file, and no need to new file, just move this home to home. Okay, so in here adding home, no, home, import it, so it's imported. So this is a one component. So same way we'll do for all, and that means about it would be component slash new folder about. And what's more in my portfolio, so this is for home, this is for portfolio, and this is for about. So home, portfolio, about, and just one more, just contact. So home, portfolio, about, contact. So home, portfolio, about should go there, and finally I need two more. Portfolio and then contact. Sorry, should delete. Okay, so and then remove all of these things to folder. Actually why I have do that, we need a good structure so that you can do this in your you can make this a very real project. That could help you very much. Okay, so here is our component will be stored, and here is our routes will be stored. Okay, so our about component, contact component, home component, and one more thing is portfolio component. Just copy home and paste it here and rename it to portfolio. Okay, so and control D, portfolio. For now I'm just adding the component and add everything here. So home is added. Next, slash portfolio, portfolio would be portfolio. So enter, sorry, it would be the bottom one. So portfolio is added. So next, duplicate 2, then would be about, so it would be about. So is there any about component, about.js? So what's about, and finally contact. So okay, we have some routes array. I'm not calling directly. Okay, so that means it can be easily managed to anywhere in our component. X for default routes. Okay, so this page is by default exported now. Great. So for now we should delete this. Okay, so we would not call something like this. We can just copy the one, and we will get this data from the routes. Okay, so that means routes, click and import, it will go to imported. Import routes from routes, right? Okay, so routes.map, because routes has an array. Okay, so and for single route, this would be single route, and I'm storing index also, and then def, and inside this will be loop through, right? Okay, but this would not be like static. This would come from this route. Okay, so that means it would come from route.path, right? And exact value could be true or false, so it also would come from route.exact. Okay, so and for all we have added exact equal to true. That's good. So and this component, and there is no need to directly this. There is all a good approach. We can use this something like that, one by one, this path, this exact, and there would be another component equal to route.component. That's it, very simple. Alt Shift F and it will be formatted automatically. So our dynamic routes are added. So whatever routes we have now, we'll just add in here. Will not work for routes in anywhere. We'll add routes in here. Okay, so our routes is structured. That's good. Let's check if these things are works or not, because it should work actually. So fail to contact route slash index.js contact.js. So contact index. So I think there is no add of contact. So contact doesn't import it. That's the error. No problem. So contact is not defined. Reload it. So after reload, it's fixed. And look, about is working. Contact us is working. So exactly same as working as previously. That's good. And one more thing, we have installed the React Bootstrap successfully. So let's use it. So React Bootstrap is very good for faster development. So we need never go to there. So use this. So just there is drop down, everything's working. I'm going to take this this. Okay, no problem. I'm just going to use this. That's no problem. Copy this and paste it in our components called, this is never, right? So call it new folder like never slash new file nev or header menu.js. So header menu.js, and we will create a component imr and then sfc header menu, and here I'll just call this from React Bootstrap. So here will be my name, or it could be Akash, and ref is not this. Okay, so what we have to do now, we have to import all of the things to here, right? Okay, so import, and you can also get the documentation from here like this. Import never of never all, but we don't use that like that. Import never from React Bootstrap. So we'll one by one import all. So whatever we need, that will be imported also. It will not import extra things, right? It's good. Okay, so never is added, then nav. If nav added, so nav.link automatically added, then we need nav. I think we don't need this nav drop down, right? Don't need this. And in right sidebar, there is no need to this right sidebars. So that's it, that's all of it. So let's check this. We don't use this nav menu for now, just comment it out and use this header menu. So header menu, so this header menu is included. So save it and let's check it works or not. So reload it. Okay, that's great, but look, our routes is not properly working, so we have to fix this. Previously we have used this link, right? So for now we have also this system in here, right? So go to header menu for this feature, nav link. Let's check link, and we have to import this link from React Router DOM. React Router DOM. So it will import from there. Okay. So and definitely this too has a minimum, like portfolio. It would be slash for portfolio. Okay. So that's it. And just delete this and let's check if it's any issue or it's working. So portfolio, click on that. Wow, that's great. So it's redirecting, right? It's perfect. We have to modify that, no problem, we'll do that. Look at this. If we use direct ref, then what? Look what it will happen. Like go to portfolio, this is without reloading, it's come here, but if we go to root, it will reload. It is the default behavior of HTML or browser. So we don't use this, right? So we don't use this, we'll use rather this. Okay, so in here also, so it would be the username, but every data will come from our database of fake data, no problem. So we'll do that like that, don't worry. So portfolio, it's good, and we'll fix the design later, don't worry. Portfolio, then about me, so it would be about, then contact me, contact, it would be contact. So, and this is root, this is home. Okay, that's it. These are our routes. So about is working, contact is working, portfolio working, and home is working. Everything is working perfectly, but our link is not okay. We have to edit some custom styles, no problem. Okay, and just look through the CSS classes here generated, which page were active, like were active in contact page, it will class will be changed, nav link active. Okay, this is, and okay, so for now we'll add this never to another div with ds shift F. Okay, there will be another div, and we'll cross it class name equal main never. So we'll create a class called main never, and so this will be main number, or we could call an ID of main number. You can call both, no problem. But will you do that? Actually, we will create header menu dot module dot css. We'll do that, header menu dot module dot css. Okay, so what it will be, our header menu, our custom header menu. Actually, we'll add some css here. I'm giving some css here, header menu, and then just give this a name like not id, it is class name equal to, like that. And if you see the previous tutorial styles from dot slash header menu dot module dot css. So in here styles dot header menu, that's it. And here also we have to change this first H to capital H. It's the coding standard. Okay, so in header menu.js, it would be header menu.module.js, and it could be style, or we can make it like s. Very simple. S dot header menu. Okay, save it. Let's check the impact, if it's work or not. Save it. So reload it. So wow, it's working. So our header menu has been added. So it's added, right? So now we can add some custom CSS easily to here. That means we want to change neighbor brand or every neighbor links. First I'll change the neighbor items or neighbor links. So this is the nav link. So we would change this against this header menu. Look at this class is dynamic, right? It's not auto generated. So okay, so this header menu dot header menu then dot nav link, so it would not conflict to other stuffs. Okay, so that's it. Nav link, and look at this nav link and view nav link and a. This will be the main link. This is, so save dot nav link and then a, and it would be display inline block, or we got display block. Let's check. Display block. Okay, so nav link a, display block, padding 10px, text decoration none. So text decoration none is working, and color white, font size 25px. Actually it would be bigger because it's for our portfolio, so bigger is good, I think. And this is our nav link a, and definitely this will be added automatically, no problem. Header menu. So, and we can change this header menu CSS little bit. Padding top, padding bottom, we can give it 0.5 or 0.m. I think it's not necessary, because padding bottom it's also not necessary. That is only on the enough part, so it's not necessary. We have increased the font size, that is enough for that. And not only nav link a, but also nav brand. We have also same design for nav brand. Let's go there, and this is the neighbor brand. So neighbor brand, it should not follow something of this, so it is the child of that. So neighbor brand, both have the same design. Save it. So reload it. So it's not working. So what's the problem? Let's check. Nav link and then a plus nav link and then a header menu. Okay, for simplicity purpose for this tutorial, I'm going to remove this modular way. To take some times, because I have to edit all the places here class name. So I'm just removing this for now. But as you can see, you can edit as you want, no problem. And we don't need this, and we don't need this also. We can add just this class easily. So our code would be faster now. We can complete it easily, very faster. And definitely menu, we will give this name and replace all those things to this. let's check. I have also give this to menu. So okay, so these links are changed, so it's good. So next I'll add the active class. Like this portfolio is active, but there is no active designed here, but you can inspect it and you can check the active link, nav link active. So we'll add this, added this class, save and check. So it's perfect. So whenever we change our links, its design has been changed. That's it. So but in here it's not changing, so we have to check this uh, is never nav inspect check never brand. That's it. So we have set up a basic router and updated the nav links here. Next we will add the fake data, so let's do that. So I'm adding fake data in here also in utils. In source folder I'll create a new folder called utils. Utils means utility helper, something like that, and I'm calling it data.js. So data.js, you can call it fake data.js or something like that, no problem. Okay, so and I'm adding my datas. Okay, so we have added some data like info, social, and portfolio categories. We have some portfolios and they have some categories, so we have added these 3 categories and these portfolio links. And you can also, if you manage these things, you can manage all of these stuffs, right? Okay, so let's start then. So we have added in header menu pieces, so let's check this once again. Okay, so in home page we will add some data. Add user profile info, profile picture right left here, and inside in right will show user detail. And I have added social, so I can implement that, and also some user title and description also. So let's start. So in app.js, so I have a route called home. This is home. So, and one more thing, we have all of the components, so we can add some pixels to default here at this layout, so we can style for this default. Alt Shift F, formatting will be done, plus name would be content area. We're giving this name content area. Okay, so let's check, and content area would be P5, and that's it for now. Okay, so let's check our app. So it's done. Okay, next save inside home. We'll delete this and div class name equal row, and making justify content center, and div call 3 or call 4, and then the thing will be call 8, and also call sm call 4, call 12, call md4, call 8, call md8. Okay, that's it. So here we should show the image, right? That means I have added the data. Let's just test it first if it's okay or not. And src equal to, and definitely we should give a alt value. So just add this, save it, and we have to finish this tag passing this, save it. So home, let's check. So the image is displayed inside right, we have to show other text. Okay, so the image is okay, but we don't have to show it like that. Okay, so we'll use effect to fetch the data from, actually in real life it would be from our database. So for now it is for like our data set, no problem. So that's it. And import data from, like where it is one, and then we'll use info, set info equal to use state, and by default empty object, and use state should have imported here, use state. Okay, so in here we'll set info would be data dot what's that, info, right? That's it. Okay, and it's only load for one time. So we have the info, and first we'll assign it to now, and we'll enter into this if this is not null. That means info not equal null. If info is not equal null, then we look through this, and since there is no root, so we'll add a fragment, Alt Shift F, and it's formatted. That's great. And next, so we have info, data.info, and we don't need to write this like this, like info dot image. So go through this info.image URL. That's it. So add it here, info.image URL. Let's check if it has any error or not. So use effect should have to be used here. Okay, so reload. Okay, so we have got our image. That's great, awesome, and these are also working, no problem. And in right sidebar we will show the text called h1, and inside h1 we'll show info dot short description. Okay, so check it. Hi, I'm Manoj. That's great. Info dot short description. Then we will show the HTML added here. Actually in database you will for description we'll definitely store HTML, right? Definitely. So that's great. Next, inside this, but how will show HTML? Is there any option to show HTML? So there's not any option. So info.description will not actually properly working. So let's see. So it's HTML text. So we have to get a plugin where there is, which will parse the HTML. We need an npm package. So we'll start npm parse HTML. React, that would be better if we got something for React. Okay, so HTML React parser. Go to this. Wait, but React HTML parser is quite good than this HTML React parser. Then React HTML parser. We'll use this React HTML parser. So npm React in HTML parser. Just uh, run this command. Okay, so it's working. Then see the approaches how we have to use. So React HTML parser, Control C, and add it inside our data source here, and inside the div React HTML parser, then HTML. That's very simple. That means, so React HTML parser HTML, our HTML would be this info.description. This is our HTML, right? Save. So there is an issue. Unable to resolve dependency tree. There is a dependency tree with this. Could not resolve tier dependency for React HTML parser. And one more thing, this React HTML parser has actually a incorrect peer dependency of 15.0, 16.0, but current React version is 17.0. So I think we should stop this installation and we should use this, because this is updated, published 4 days ago, but it is 4 years ago. So we should stick on this. So just we should install it. Hope this is compatible with 17.0. Then just comment this out. P npm React HTML React parser. Save and check if yours gone. Okay, it's adding. So if it say again, then just delete package.log.json, delete it, and delete it also from this place, and run npm install again. Okay, so there is no error for this package. It's perfectly okay. So good. And we have in app.js, I'm just adding some CSS this, and now it looks very neat and clean. Okay, no problem. Next in home, let's use the new packages this way. So it's 6 days ago. Okay, no problem. And we'll require React HTML parser at this, or in yes module we'll just import parse. Okay, so basically we'll use, so we'll do that. Inside that parse, and let's check the way how we can parse. This parse, this is the way. So it's beautiful. So just copy this, or parse nested elements just in string and then quotation of this. Okay, so simple. Use this parse React. We should display the info description. So it would be info description, but definitely we should use this backtick mark, Alt Shift F. So that's it. So now let's check. can't resolve HTML React parser. It's already deleted. What is the issue? HTML React parser. This is also not resolved. Okay, so our HTML is printed as we expected, so it's very good, perfect. Okay, so next we'll show our social links here. So that's great. And for social link, actually I'll create another component, new folder, social, and new file, social links.js. Here all social links will be displayed. And actually a small component is good for very small to large React projects, so that we can manage everything using very simple. So see, social links, and there will be some props come from that page in here. So it would be okay, so there will be some props, and let's make a div, and there will be a loop called props, called const social equal props. That means in this component, in this home component, we will pass the data to this. So after this section, then this div, okay, so no problem, and then on B, social links, and auto import this here. Okay, social links. Okay, then in here we have to pass the social equal in index.data.js. we have some social, and it's an array, or it's just an object, key value pair. Problem. So let's just check this first. CLO social. So check if it's arrive here or not. If it's come here, then we can easily check. So reload it. And info message. Actually we don't add it here, so I'll send the info. It would be social, set social used it now by default. So whenever we have got the social data, then we'll update it, set social equal to data.social. That's it, and we'll send this social to here. Okay, save it, and so we can see here we have the object of social and with all of the links. That's great. Okay, so since we have all of the links, we can print it here. Object.keys of social dot map, and here we can get key and the first bracket, and we'll I'll actually list this key, like how we can access that. Social of key, Okay, so social of key, it will be the value of this key. Then we can get that very easily, like UL here, def, and UL could be class name equal to social links. Okay, so that's it. So let's check. It's compiled. So that's links are added. That's perfect. So it's added, no problem. But we don't use this key, right? We will add that in a link. Okay, that means it would be social, would be Facebook or something like that. Okay, so just add the links. Okay, to show the icons here, there's some icons from Fontosum, so we have to install the Fontosum, and for now I'm actually use Fontosum 4.7, 4.7 and CDN. Actually I'm not adding it to our projects. So this is the CDN, or this is Fontosum 5.13, sorry. So Fontosum, not 5.4, I need 4.7, this, and fontosum.mean.css. It's very simple. Fontosum.mean.css, copy link tag, copy, and external CSS we can also add that in public /index.html for React project. Actually, like after the link or after the manifest file, we can add this link. Okay, so here is the Fontosum. I have added the Fontosum. Okay, so font awesome, save it, and let's check one link if it works or not. Okay, li, and then I class Facebook, save. So that's it, it's worked, it's perfectly. Facebook has come, so we can add all of the links like that. Very simple, right? Okay, so add all of the links. So catch this and put it in here. Social key, it would be, or there would be an a tag, a ref equal key, shell of key, and then class Facebook. So to get it here, but actually we will not add only the Facebook, we will add our social links like that, like FFA key like this, but like, we cannot use something like that. We can use this using a backtick, and key would be dynamic, it would be key. Okay, so let's check if all the icons, yes, all of the icons added correctly, it's perfect. So I can delete this and add a class here also to change some styles. Text white, save, it's text white, that's perfect. But look at this, it's in not in same line. So text white, btn info btn sm, so add some button, so it's good. Next, what we have to do, we have to add a one more CSS, this social link, this social link, display inline, sorry, it would be list style none. First of all, list style none, and then I'll catch the list items li display inline. Okay, that's it. And then margin left 10px, it's perfect. And take all of the margin top 20px. Actually it will not in inline, we have to add that on another part. So take this and add this in, since it's in home page on some other page, so we can make it global, like we can add it in app.css, you can add it here, and then also we can add it for single list, and then social links would be list style now. Okay, so this is added, but we can take some padding from top. Okay, so some links have been added, that's good. Next we will add some portfolio for our portfolio section, so go there, so add the portfolios. So, and one more thing, we will add destructuring like that, but look at this, we should also add this structuring here. That means if we do that, we don't need to write this is very useful also. So go to here, it's working as expected, that's great. So we have also added social links, our social link components, that's great. Next we'll add the portfolios. Okay, so good, so portfolio, here is the portfolios, and we'll actually copy the home page style. Actually everything is same as home, so portfolio, and just replace it, home would be portfolio, that's it, nothing else actually different. So portfolio, in portfolio we all have to show also the datas, like we don't need the social data, we don't need to set the social, we need the portfolios, set portfolios. Okay, and by default portfolios should be an empty array, because it could not be null. Okay, so and our logic would be portfolios not dot length is greater than 0, clear up the things. Set portfolios, that would be set portfolios data dot portfolios. Okay, so this is portfolios. And one more thing, we need also the portfolios and the portfolio categories, right? So because we have to show the portfolio categories, look at this, like this, go to portfolio, and like we'll show this, like and whenever someone clicks on a category, it will get the portfolios of that category, that's it. Okay, so we need this and portfolios, both of them, so that's simple. And portfolio, so portfolios, and same would be portfolio categories, portfolio categories, and set portfolio categories, and it should also be empty array, no problem. And then set it here, and set portfolio categories would be this, and it would be portfolio categories, same as this. Okay, that's great. And we just delete this. We should design new design also. Save it. Okay, so first, no problem, we will design all of the categories, portfolios, like portfolios dot length is greater than 0. Then we will make a loop and portfolios dot map, and first single portfolio, then would be index, and then we should loop through this. Okay, so now this is our single item, and first we should add the key. And now class name could be call md3, 3 items per row, like that. And then div.card body.p4 p5. okay, and then we should add the int tag, and inside int we can add source, like portfolio dot let's see the data what we have added. Portfolio dot image, this is, so in here it would be portfolio dot image, and class name could be image responsive. Okay, so then add a beer tag, and then add the portfolio title, portfolio.title. Save it. Let's check if any error. So that's great, portfolios are coming here. Okay, it's awesome. Okay, so one more issue, like look at this, we have to fix this properly, like so. Okay, the text is here, so it should black actually. So class name or text primary. So okay, so p4, save, and text center. So since our image could be, one image could be small, one image could be big, so we have just fixed it by a fixed height. Okay, so that's it. So added another class, portfolio title, so for this portfolio title. And next we will show the category at bottom of this, and after every category mb4, and then after bottom we will show the category, and we'll actually use this p tag, and then inside a span tag I will use the default span, and it would be the name, so portfolio dot category. That's it. And class name equal to badge info. Save. So So there is the badge. Check if any spelling mistake. Badge info, it's good. Badge primary. Sorry, I forgot about that. In Bootstrap 5 there is no badge primary. It would be BG primary or something like that, or I want to give BG info. That's it. And is there any color issue? No problem, it's perfect. And I have also maintained a padding with this, and PL3 I think is enough. So PL3, or rather PL3 we could show it in center. That means remove class from here and add a class in here, text center. Okay, so I have some portfolios. These are the portfolios, and this is beautiful. And where we have used in justify row content center, that's why it's in central. I think it's not bad, it's good. Okay, so and in here we have to show the categories. Whenever someone click all, it will show the all like that, and if someone click one category, it will grab the portfolios of that categories only. Okay, so that let's do that. Okay, so at first these are working, it's perfectly fine, and before that, so we have to do that. Here there should be category list, but what we will do, will we add category and something like that, or we will manage a parent-child relationship and handle like that? Okay, so let's do that. So portfolio, and I'm going to create new file, portfolio category.js. there will be a category list, and I think this should be for now same as this, portfolio category, and portfolio category, portfolio category. Okay, so in here, portfolio categories, I can get the portfolios categories from that part, or I can also get portfolio categories from here, no problem, because these are independent. So I think there is no necessity pass portfolio categories from there, but one thing I had to pass from this component to there, right? Okay, I will implement now parent-child and child-to-parent relationship here. So let's see. Okay, so we will call portfolio category. First, design this basic design, just a list, or I can use just some row portfolio categories, portfolio, why is say not portfolio categories, portfolio category map, and it would be portfolio category, and there is no image here, it's only a title. So I'm just removing this and this, and definitely there is no card body should have there, and that's it, portfolio categories. Okay, so save portfolio category, and don't need this social and the parser. Okay, portfolio category. So we have to use this portfolio category in here. I can use actually Bootstrap tab, but I am not using that because I am we are focusing to learn React and everything about React. That's why I'm not using the Bootstrap default things. And We don't need the portfolio categories here, and don't need to set the portfolio categories in portfolio page because it's added in here. So portfolio is not defined in portfolio category, and it's spelling mistake. We have to fix this spelling. Portfolio category, save. So there will be portfolio category V, and so this. Okay, and portfolio category, spelling mistake maybe. Okay, it's added, and we don't need this. So portfolio categories, portfolio is not defined, something wrong in portfolio category. This portfolio to be portfolio or title. That's it. So let's check. So there is some portfolios of so portfolio is not defined. Reload it. Let's check. Is there in the link? And but these portfolio categories doesn't pass as object of array. It's passed as just normal key or single dimensional array. And so let's fix this in portfolio category. So portfolio categories, or we can that is previously object.keys portfolio categories, and here only single item. Portfolio categories dot map, not this is right. Object dot keys portfolio categories dot map. I think this is portfolio. There is no need to title here. It's by default there. And portfolio title, it would be portfolio category title, and MB4 should delete, and P4 should delete, no problem, it would stay. And this class name I think is not necessary, it's unnecessary. Okay, so that's the index, no problem. So portfolio categories of it should be key. So we have the 3 categories, and I'll add one more called text. What is better? That would be all, right? So it's very simple. Just copy this and add one more for all categories, right? And that's it. Sorry, index is not defined. Definitely it could be -1. I think this is okay. So okay, so we have this, and reload, and next we'll add a plus pointer to all of this, or portfolio category title. We should add this pointer. Okay, look, we have added two CSS, one for product category title and portfolio category title, and one for portfolio category title active. That means reload this. So if when someone click on this, we have to store that data in the local state, then we'll manage from that. Okay, so portfolio category, that means if someone click on here at the rate on click change portfolio category. Okay, and for change portfolio category, we actually use the props value passed from that page. That means get or on change portfolio, so this function will come from there, that function, and we will call this on change portfolio, and we will pass the value or portfolio categories of key. We'll pass this key. Okay, so on change portfolio, we'll call this whenever in portfolios, we'll manage it from here. This is the parent component based on this. Okay, so on change portfolio, what it will happen, so, and we'll keep here selected category and set selected category, and user state by default it's all, by default it's all, and then set portfolios. Okay, and based on our portfolio selected category, if selected category change, or just basically set this on change portfolio set selected category, this will call. So definitely if someone pass value, it will call with that value and updated selected category. Okay, and if it's working or not, we'll just show the selected category here, print the selected category here. Let's check. Okay, so it's all. If someone click here, it's web design, that's perfect. If someone click web development, that's web development. If someone development, that's perfect. So if someone click all, it's not working. No problem, we'll fix this. So in portfolio categories, we must have to use this on click also in here, and definitely this value is static, all. Okay, this is static, no problem. So we have got the status from this child component to portfolio parent component. So now we will add and one more title called in here. So by default this load only once, so if this selected category change, that means it's if the dependency changes, then we'll loop through, we'll set it again. Okay, so how we can set it then? Okay, very simple. So data.portfolios, we have the portfolios, or these are the portfolios dot filter. We'll add a basic filter function, and portfolio of portfolio dot category equal selected category. That's it. If we will filter only these portfolios and update it here, updated portfolios equal to this, and finally set portfolios to that, set portfolios to updated portfolios. Okay, and this only happen and this only happen not for all value. Okay, so that means if selected category equal all, if this selected category equal all, then we will get all of the portfolios from again, or not equal all, then we will do that, else set portfolios data.portfolios. That's it. Okay, let's check. Web design, yes, it's only for web design. That's perfect. Web development, app development, all is okay. Web design, web development, okay, I have understand the problems. Actually, if we filter these from portfolios, it's updated, then we'll get data from updated value, but it's not, it exists there. So what we can do, we can filter from this directly. I think this should work perfectly. Okay, so click on web design, click on web development, click on app total. It's perfect as expected. So we can make this as custom, so we can, I think you can do also as your own whenever it needs. And this parent to child communication is very important to make scalable and good structured React application. Okay, so one more thing we have missed here, here category title, and here I have designed something for selected category, but we have missed it here. So that means we'll get it from selected category from the parent component, as it's exists updated here in parent component, so we should take it from parent component definitely. So selected category, that's great. And now if we go to product category, portfolio category, sorry. Okay, so selected category, and now we can make this active or inactive based on that. So like selected here, I'm doing that, so tick mark, and selected category would be something like this. If portfolio here equal selected category, then it should print active, right? Yes, else nothing. So if that's a match, then it is, because we have made a CSS like that, if it's active there would be a border top and color changes to fix that. Okay, so and also we have to do this for all. So just replace it, and for this it's no key value, it's static, it's all right. Okay, so let's check. It's app development. Wow, it's perfect, super perfect. Oh wow, it's great. I think it's super awesome, and we have done so many custom things here. I think it will be very useful for your projects. Okay, next we would add about me. For about me, actually I will make a component for this part, and we will reuse this part to here and also here. Okay, That's very simple. Let's start. Now we have added in home, we have made this part, and definitely I should make some break tag here. Okay, so this is our detail or info component. We should reuse that there in that part. Okay, so just make a component for this, just cut this and new file, or it should stay in about, new file, about short detail.js, IMR. Okay, just add the basic component. And one more thing, this info we will get that from that part. That means we'll use this in here, right? Yes, that's perfect. Okay, so about short your URL is this, and there we have to import the parts and social links, right? So just take this parts and social link and cut this from there. So look, our component is now more neat and clean from previous, right? Yes. Okay, so just clear this, and here import the about short detail.js. Okay, that's it. And we have to pass the info equal info, pass this info value as in info prop, save. Okay, so can delete this, and we don't need this set social. We can do the social data, or we have to pass this social also. Sorry, social would be social, and about short detail we have also used the social, so that's social. That's it. Okay, so let's check if it's working or not, or any error. Reload. It's working perfectly. It's working perfectly. That's great. And one more thing, this social link would stay in text center, would be, I think, perfect. Okay, so text center, or and this portion could have some padding actually. div class name equal to p5. Let's check if it's a problem. Or I can add it. Still text left. That's okay. Okay, so we'll use this on there, so it's also simple. About short detail will be used in this about me. So we'll just use about short detail. Okay, that's it. And one more thing, in this about short detail there's some influence social props, so I'm copying this state in about page. Okay, so we have to add use state and then use effect, and we have to get the data from the utils. Okay, so we have also passed info equal info and social equals social. That's it. Okay, so let's check if it's working perfectly. About certain problem. let's go back. About me. Oh, it's something problem. Let's check. Short description of now. Okay. Short description of now. Okay. Short description of now. Info is now. That's not good. Okay, just comment it out and console log what's getting here. Hello info. That's it. Save. Okay, let's check. Inspect. Console info object, but for first time it stays null. When it stays null, it's giving me the error. That's great. I think it's good that this scenario arrived, and I'll talk to you right now. So whenever as a front-end developer you do stuffs, you definitely think about what data come to you from API could have some problems. You always should care about that. You don't need to trust the user. You always verify that. Like, so how we will handle this? Info not equal now, and then social not equal null. If both are not null, then we will show this. Right? I think this error would not occur again. So it's perfect. So about me. So but this is alignment is not okay actually. So what we can do, it's P5, it's P5, right? There is a problem. So how we can handle this? I think it's using just a class name called PL5 will fix this. I think it's rather do complex stuffs. I can do this. It's not working. Inspect. Let's check PL5, padding left 5, ML5. Nothing works. Oh, it's Bootstrap 5. Maybe PL5. These are not. This doesn't exist. Or P5. This exists. Okay, so PB0. Okay, so this is a little trick. So I can make it H1 about me. Okay, so hi, I'm Akash. It's perfect. So in about me, it's about me, Akash portfolio, about me, and that's it. Everything's done, almost done, and finally the last is contact. So contact us. I'll use a dummy data from faker in data.js. I'll add in info, or in info I'll add some data that would be fixed contact. So like phone number, and we can use, maybe there's not, okay, and then email. So it's my email. Okay, so these data will be used for contact. Okay, so let's check this. And we have get the data from here and just copy this, or just copy this whole for contact. No, not needed. So go to the contact.js and import it here, and same way we should import everything from this place. Okay, so we don't need this social part, this is not necessary, we just need the info part. So contact me, contact us, so, and contacts, so that could be email, would be info.email. Okay, and definitely what we have to do, we have to make this in a div with checking if info is not equal now, right? Okay, so info not equal now, then we'll show this here. Okay, so it's not good. Email, and finally save this, and here this phone number, info phone number. So please contact with me if any issues. Okay, so let's check if any problem. So info is not equal, now I will show the contact us, and this is unnecessary, right? And this should be this. Okay, okay, save this. Let's check it's perfect. So our about short detail is not necessary here, we're not showing about short details. Okay, so it's perfect. So thank you for staying with me. Hope I'll come with brand new tutorial, and please subscribe to my channel, and if anything are you interested, please comment below. Hope see you guys. Thank you. Bye bye.